Besides being two of the greatest musicians of all time, Robert Plant and Mick Jagger are two successful artists who have made huge fortunes in their careers. But have you ever wondered who leads the most luxurious life? In this video, you'll see a fierce battle between Robert Plant and Mick Jagger. Cars. Both rock stars love to enjoy beautiful cars, but which one has the garage with the most impressive vehicles? Robert Plant, for example, had a Jaguar XJ Series 1 as his first car, a sedan with a refined design launched in 1968, which currently costs around $12.6 thousand. Another car in which Robert Plant has been seen is a Mercedes-Benz W140, an imposing classic vehicle, known for being a safe and well-equipped car, whose average price is estimated at $20,000. It is speculated that he also owned for 12 years a Buick Riviera Boat Tail, a luxury car with a distinctive and elegant design, which can be found for around $32,000. Going up a notch, the singer has been seen driving a Bentley Turbo R, a high-performance car equipped with a turbocharged V8 engine, capable of reaching a top speed of 143 miles per hour. And it's no wonder that the car is valued at around $39,000. The rock star has also posed next to his 1973 Range Rover Classic, an imposing first-generation SUV that stands out for its robust yet elegant appearance, as well as its excellent performance and off-road capabilities. And that's probably why this vehicle can cost more than $40,000. As for his farm, Robert Plant has added a GMC 3100 to his collection, a vintage pickup truck from the 1940s, designed especially for cargo work, which is worth around $42,000. Some sources also suggest that he once owned a Chrysler Imperial Crown, a stylish automobile capable of attracting attention wherever it goes, whose average price is around $50,000. Another car he has driven is a 1955 Chevrolet Bel Air, considered one of the most iconic vehicles of the time due to its revolutionary design. And it's no wonder that depending on the state of repair, you have to shell out around $65,000 for a model like this. Robert Plant also likes more modern cars and has been seen in an Audi A8, a beautiful luxury sedan from the German manufacturer. The interior of the car is very sophisticated, with an excellent finish and a super technological dashboard. And it's no wonder that to enjoy this vehicle, you may have to pay more than $90,000. The most luxurious car the singer ever owned was a 1965 Aston Martin DB5, an exquisite vehicle with a timeless design that has become very famous and sought after by classic car enthusiasts. And to give you an idea of the price, you can find a car like this costing more than $1 million. Mick Jagger, on the other hand, is passionate about vehicles. Besides four-wheeled vehicles, he also likes motorcycles, such as his BMW F700 GS with 2 cylinders and a modern design, which costs around $10,000. Now talking about the classics, one of Mick Jagger's cheapest cars was a 1969 Morgan Plus 8, a car that can be worth around $48,000. The singer also once had a comfortable and more modern Mercedes S550, a vehicle capable of running up to 155 miles per hour. And to own such a car you have to pay something around $110,000. He has also owned a Silver Cloud 3, a classic Rolls-Royce equipped with an amazing V8 engine, being the best in class in the 1960s. No wonder this rare car costs around $130,000. Going even higher, Mick Jagger once owned a 1966 Aston Martin DB6, which was bought by the singer in the year of its launch and must have cost him a lot of money. To give you an idea of how unique this vehicle is, you can currently find this collectible in perfect condition for up to $800,000. Another iconic car that the singer made a point of personally picking up in Italy in the 1980s is a Ferrari 288 GTO. A very stylish vehicle that only had 272 models produced. Not surprisingly, you can currently find this machine at auctions for around $3 million. And because he's had more expensive vehicles, Mick Jagger wins this round. Point for him. Real estate. Both artists have spared no expense on beautiful places to live, but who has the most luxurious property? Mick Jagger, for example, bought a mansion in the Lakewood Ranch area of Florida in 2020. The house built in 2008 stands on an extensive peninsular plot surrounded by a lake and beautiful landscaping. The singer can enjoy the 5,700 square foot residence, which is the equivalent of 530 square meters of living space, spread over 4 comfortable bedrooms and 6 bathrooms. The house's kitchen is integrated with a pantry and has wooden furniture and granite countertops with a large island in the middle of the room. There is also an office with a view of the lake, very well lit, and a living room with a large bookcase full of books. The upstairs layout feels like its own single-family home with a split floor plan that gives the master suite its living room, balcony with fireplace, and a social area that serves as a bar or summer kitchen. The outdoor area is more like a vacation resort with a giant swimming pool, hot tub, barbecue area, and several social areas with armchairs and fireplaces to spend an afternoon relaxing. And to acquire this property in this luxury condominium, the Lake Club, singer Mick Jagger paid at the time approximately $2 million. He also had a 16th century French chateau called La Fourchette, which once belonged to one of the crown members of Prince Louis XVI. The property has a total of 20 hectares of land, surrounded by lush gardens and woods, and is a true haven of peace in the Valley of Kings, as Mick himself has described his property. It is here that he has spent a good part of his quarantine, living in a rural style, taking care of the vegetable garden and the animals he raises there. The singer bought this castle in 1982, paying at that time £2.2 million sterling, the equivalent of $3 million. But surely this true natural retreat must be worth a lot more these days. Mick Jagger also has a Japanese-inspired seaside property on the Caribbean island of Mustique. Called Stargroves Villa, it is a vacation lodge that can be rented by anyone who wants to relax and enjoy the Caribbean sea breeze. The resort accommodates up to 10 people in 6 bedrooms and also has spacious living areas and terraces. Other amenities include a large pool that resembles a lake, a game room, and a media room. The inn also offers the services of a butler, a chef, 2 gardeners, and 3 housekeepers, as well as a jeep for island tours. And to spend a season in this paradise that belongs to Mick Jagger, it is necessary to spend up to $4.3 thousand per night. In addition, the singer owns another profitable house on this island, and the 2 properties are very close to each other. This is Pelican Beach, a family villa that offers 5 bedrooms and also has a guest house that has 4 more bedrooms. And to spend a week at this retreat, you have to fork out up to $30,000. Meanwhile, Robert Plant has lived in many properties in England, such as his childhood home, which is located in the Halesowen area of the West Midlands. Another property he lived in the 1970s, during Led Zeppelin's early years, is called Jennings Farm and is located in the village of Blakeshall. From records made at the time, it can be seen that Robert Plant loved living on the estate, which seemed to offer a lot of fun and tranquility for the musician, who always loved rural life and being in contact with animals. Although Jennings Farm offered a lot of comfort for Robert Plant, it is not known how much he spent on living at this address. The musician has also lived in other places around the UK. In Wales, on the outskirts of Machynlleth, for example, one of his best-known houses is called Bron Yr Or. The remote country house was built in the 18th century and has a rustic stone structure with more than 1,500 square feet of interior space. Although simple, its location away from the city and stunning surroundings inspired the musician in several hits he co-wrote alongside his Led Zeppelin bandmates throughout the 70s. This ended up making Bron Yr Or a very famous property, as it was the birthplace of some of the most acclaimed rock songs of all time. Today, the site is private property, but it once belonged to a family who preserved the originality of the house and lived only on renewable resources, which allowed them to save up to $16,000 a year. And because it was a historic property, fans could go on retreats there, which cost between $427 and $569. As for the value of the property, it was sold in 2016 for £200,000. Another property where Robert lived in the country is called the Argode and is located in the village of Pennolt, in the Monmouthshire region, on an 11-acre plot with lush gardens. It is an 1860s Victorian house with a 2-story stone structure and 18th century doors and windows. And although it's yet to be known how much the property is worth, it's probably not cheap. But the investment in real estate didn't stop there. It is believed that the singer owned a charming property in the city of Austin, Texas. It's a multifamily property with 2 beautiful houses, one of which was probably used by the musician and the other for visitors to make themselves comfortable when staying there. Both houses, built in 1940, have classic architecture and more than 2,600 square feet of living space. The clean designs of each room and the woodwork structures make the houses ideal for those who prefer a quiet and cozy life. There's a living room with beautiful French windows, as well as other family areas for spending time or watching TV. One of the kitchens has light-colored cabinets and countertops for preparing meals, while the other has a breakfast area. Other facilities include 2 luxury bathrooms, an open-plan dining area, and several bedrooms, including a spacious suite with high ceilings and a private balcony overlooking the treetops. Going outside, you can see that the residence is situated on a plot with abundant vegetation, which creates a pleasant and peaceful atmosphere to live in, just like other properties that belong to Robert Plant. The plot is around 17,800 square feet and is full of open spaces for outdoor leisure activities, as well as having verandas for gathering at any time of day and backyards that offer plenty of shade thanks to the trees. To live on this property, Robert Plant likely invested a lot of money. Although it's not known how much the musician bought the place for at the time, the property was last listed in 2016 for $1.9 million. The main property that the musician owns in England, on the other hand, is a property in the Shatterford area of Worcestershire, which is close to the Wyre Forest. As he spends most of his time at the property, there is not much information about it, except that like his other properties, it is away from the city, surrounded by lots of greenery, and has a beautiful maze-like garden. The price of the property is unknown, but the average value of properties in the region is £1.4 million, the equivalent of more than $1.7 million. In addition to this location, there is speculation that he has a property in Epping Forest, in Essex, which is supposedly worth £4 million. And for having an apparently larger property portfolio, Robert Plant wins this round. Point for him. Exaggerated luxuries. Both musicians have plenty of money to buy whatever they want, but which one spends the most? Robert Plant has, for example, been clicked aboard the Swanage Queen, a 127-ton vessel built in 1948, which is 101 feet long and travels at a speed of 10 knots. The boat was later altered and it is not known how much Robert paid to sail on it. Mick Jagger, on the other hand, seems to keep a low profile when it comes to his lifestyle. It is known that one of his expenses is the pension for his various children. After all, he has 8 heirs with several different women. To get an idea of figures, his son Lucas, the fruit of a relationship with Brazilian presenter Luciana Jimenez, earned a pension of $17,000 per month until he turned 18. In addition, he gifted his son with an apartment in New York that was worth $2 million at the time. Mick Jagger also likes comfort even when camping, so he has already invested in a yurt, a kind of luxurious and comfortable tent, which costs around £3,000 per night. And since Mick Jagger seems to spend more, he wins this round. Aircraft. Both musicians love to travel in comfort in beautiful aircraft, but who has the best air transportation? When it comes to private aircraft, the music group the Rolling Stones has used a few planes for their trips and concerts around the world. One of the models they used to use was a Boeing 737, which was not internally modified and kept the standard 68 business class seats. After this, they moved to a larger aircraft, a Boeing 767, which was wrapped on the outside with the music group's logo. Both planes were rented. Nowadays, Mick Jagger also continues to use chartered flights to have more privacy and comfort. To have an idea of values, 1 hour of flight can cost the singer something around $8,000, an insignificant amount for someone as rich as Jagger. Meanwhile, Robert Plant used to travel in comfort in Led Zeppelin's aircraft, as the band became known globally for boasting one of the most iconic and luxurious planes of the 70s. To perform their concerts around the world, they had a private jet nicknamed the Starship, which was a Boeing 720B model plane that was customized to offer more comfort. This 4-engine aircraft seated up to 165 passengers in its original layout. The plane belonged to singer Bobby Sherman, who bought it in 1973 for $600,000 and spent another $200,000 refurbishing it especially to rent it out to Robert Plant and his bandmates. But the aircraft didn't end there. On his arrival in Batumi, Georgia, Robert Plant was seen in what appeared to be a Bombardier CRJ-200 from Global Reach Aviation. This is a business aircraft almost 88 feet long, powered by two low-consumption turbofan engines, which provide superior performance to others of the same size during journeys. The interior of the aircraft is spacious and can carry up to 50 passengers. And to rent an aircraft like this, you have to shell out around $18,600 per hour. Considering that they don't own any aircraft, points for both of them. Net worth. Everyone knows that the two rock legends have made a lot of money over the course of their careers. But who has the biggest net worth? Most of Robert Plant's fortune was built up after he joined the rock band Led Zeppelin. To give you an idea of the group's success, global album sales are estimated at more than 300 million records, not forgetting that they made a lot of money through touring and music royalties. Just with their hit Stairway to Heaven, for example, considered one of the greatest rock songs ever written, the group earned almost $80 million in royalties alone. As Robert Plant was one of Led Zeppelin's main songwriters, he probably earned a considerable share. As far as concerts are concerned, one of the rockers' most profitable gigs in 1977 netted $642,000, which converted to today's value representing $3,270 million. Although the band disbanded in the 1980s, it remains one of the most profitable to this day. To give you an idea, in 2022 the band's net worth was estimated at around $900 million. But Robert Plant's earnings aren't limited to Led Zeppelin. Outside the group, the musician has an immense discography. And although no one knows for sure what Robert Plant's fortune is worth, some sources estimate that today, at the height of his 75 years, the musician has a net worth of more than $200 million. Mick Jagger, on the other hand, is not far behind. There's no doubt that the Rolling Stones are one of the most successful rock bands in the world. The group has released 23 albums and sold more than 250 million copies worldwide, and from this number alone you can imagine how much money they have made. But without a doubt, the Rolling Stones' biggest source of income is their concerts. They are always leading the ranking of the most profitable tours in the world, as in 2018, which totaled approximately $117 million, according to Forbes magazine. And even despite the pandemic and the loss of drummer Charlie Watts, with the No Filter tour, the group made $115 million in 2021 with just 12 shows. Their most profitable tour was a Bigger Bang tour, which lasted from 2005 to 2007 and grossed an impressive $558 million, making it the fourth highest grossing tour of all time, behind only Ed Sheeran, U2, and Guns N' Roses. And of course, the group's leader, Mick Jagger, made a lot of money. After all, he has been the lead singer since its inception in 1962. Not to mention that he also makes a lot of money solo. To get an idea of figures, some sources estimate that the total wealth of the group is estimated at $1,450 million, while the rock star's net worth is approximately $500 million. And because he has a higher estimated fortune, Mick Jagger wins this final round. At the end of the fight, we had 2 points for Robert Plant against 4 points for Mick Jagger, making him the champion of this battle. But if you think there are still other arguments to defend one of the two, write your best justification below. Hey, you like the video? So don't forget about leave your like and comment, and tell some suggestions of another videos, and hopefully we gonna do it. All about channel, deals to satisfy your curiosity.